The Samara Oblast is located in the southeastern part of European Russia, in the middle reaches of Europe's largest river, the Volga. In area, the region covers 53.6 thousand square kilometers. To the north, the Samara Oblast is bordered by Tatarstan. To the south, the Saratov Oblast and the Republic of Kazakhstan. To the east, by the Orenburg Oblast, and to the northwest, by the Ulyanovsk Oblast. Within a radius of 500 kilometers of Samara, there are 12 million inhabitants, and within a 1,000-kilometer radius, more than 45 million. It's no wonder that our oblast has been distinguished with the designation of the heart of Russia. The total population of the Samara region is 3,213,000 people, most of whom live in the cities. The urbanization rate of the province is higher than the Russian national average, at more than 80%. Here, people representing more than 100 different nationalities live together as peaceful neighbors. The district possesses substantive resources, groundbreaking scientific innovation, and tremendous industrial and employment potential. Aerospace, automotive, and petrochemical industries are the hallmarks of the oblast. A broad range of conditions have been established in the region, which are essential for the successful modernization and creation of a new, innovative economy. The oblast firmly holds a place among the top 10 leading regions in Russia in terms of level of growth in innovation. The Samara Oblast has come through the centuries to achieve this level of stability, proving year after year our right to be called one of the most dynamically progressive regions in the country. The administrative center of the Samara Oblast is the city of Samara, which was founded in the year of 1586 as a fortress by decree of the Tsar Fyodor. In 1689, the fortress was to be redesignated as the city of Samara. Today, it is the seventh most populous city in Russia, with a population of more than 1,171,000 people. The Russian Chicago, or the Russian New Orleans, is how residents of the second half of the 19th century glowingly referred to Samara. Huge flour mills operated in Samara, and the grain exchange here was one of the largest in the Russian Empire, with an annual turnover reaching about 25 million rubles, with a considerable share of its grain being exported to Europe. Steamship lines, fisheries, trade in colonial goods, and the manufacturing industry actively developed in the province. Agriculture has long been a priority for the economy, although as early as the first half of the 20th century, the electric power industry, the oil-producing industry, the chemical industry, and the automotive production industry already began developing here. Samara is destined to play a major role in world history, and a remarkable one at that. Over the period beginning on the 27th of January 1935 until the 25th of January 1991, the city was known as Kuybyshev, in honor of the Soviet government and Communist Party leader Valerian Kuybyshev. During the Second World War, Samara became the fallback capital of the USSR. In the autumn of 1941, many of the aircraft enterprises of Moscow, Voronezh, Dnipropetrovsk, Smolensk, Minsk, Kaunas, Tallinn, Riga, and Kiev were evacuated here. Within a very short period of time, the city began the mass production of the famous Il-2, the flying tank, which became the most mass-produced aircraft during the Second World War, a legend. At this same time, a decision of the Central Committee of the party was reached to evacuate a portion of the central authorities, as well as the entire diplomatic corps, to Samara. A secret bunker was built for the Supreme Commander, Joseph Stalin, which now remains the largest in the world, at a depth of 37 meters, which is the height of a 12-story building. Able to withstand an attack of the most powerful bombs of the day, the bunker still remains impermeable and is able to function for 5 days in a completely autonomous mode. Today, the bunker is very popular among both Russian and foreign tourists visiting Samara. After the end of the war, a huge task was placed before the aviation capital of the USSR, the reshaping of the industry. The city had to act as quickly as possible to use the potential of the evacuated factories and to get rid of some. Gradually, throughout the oblast, the pace of development was re-established for the oil and gas, textile, and food industries. By 1950, the gross output of industrial production had doubled. This time frame has become the period of the greatest rates of socio-economic development, with the construction of new homes, business infrastructure and facilities, schools and universities. It was precisely during these years that Samara acquired the image that for many years would become its distinctive calling card. And near the oblast center, a new city was growing rapidly. Old Stavropol had fallen into the flooding zone during the construction of the Kuibyshev Reservoir. Moving the city to a new location had been fully complete by 1955. On the 28th of August 1964, the Presidium of the Supreme Court of the RSFSR ruled to rename the city of Stavropol in the Kuibyshev Oblast to the city of Tolyatti. With the launch of hydroelectric power plants and the construction of large industrial enterprises, the city truly got a new life. Today, Tolyatti is a major center of the energy industry, the machine building industry, and the chemical industry, with a population of more than 700,000 people. Tolyatti is the largest city in Russia that is not a capital of one of the country's regions. The rapid development of the oblast center, Samara, continues. In the early 60s, the Kurumukh Airport was built. In 1958, by a decision of the Soviet government, State Aviation Plant No. 1 shifted its production from aviation to space rockets. The plant truly became a symbol of progress in space exploration. It was here that the two-stage Vostok rocket was constructed, in which Yuri Gagarin made the first manned spaceflight. From that time to the present day, the enterprise remains the world's leader in manufacture of rockets for manned spaceflight. Six years later, the region set about addressing a new large-scale task. The Central Committee of the All-Union Leninist Young Communist League announced the beginning of construction of the Volga automobile plant, which was to become the main enterprise of Tolyatti. About 27 million vehicles have rolled off its production lines, and today, Avtovaz is the largest automobile plant in the country. On the territory of the manufacturer, there are 7 production operations: metallurgical, pressing, mechanical assembly, body assembly, plastic parts, experimental industrial development, energy generation, and an internal research center. The workforce of the plant numbers more than 66,000 people. Today, the automobiles of Vaz hold about a 20% share of the Russian market. Today, the Samara Oblast is home to 400 large and medium-sized industrial enterprises. Growth in production can be evidenced not only in the automotive industry, but also in oil production and refining, the chemical industry, metallurgy, and the production of finished metal goods. A number of innovative projects are being carried out by the rocket space center Progress. In 2013, the company made possible the launch of 2 modern satellites, a remote sounding device of the Earth from space known as Resource P, and the scientific research satellite Bion-M. An excellent way to finish the year was the successful launching of the new 2-stage booster, the light-class Soyuz 2-1B, which was created in Samara and launched from the Plesetsk Cosmodrome. Setting records in the petrochemical complex. Large-scale investments of more than 127 billion rubles into oil production companies helped to increase the level of oil production in the Samara Oblast in 2013 to 15 million tons. The leader in increase of oil production is Samara Neftgaz. Work at increasing the level of oil production in the region is being carried out by other oil companies. In Kuibyshev, the Novokuybishevsk and the Syzran oil refineries are conducting large-scale modernization. Technical refitting is taking place in the chemical industry. Tolyatti Synthèse, Tolyatti Azot, Tolyatti Caoutchouc, and Kuibyshev Azot. The foundation for the development of industry and technology in the region is deemed to be its universities and colleges. The Samara State Aerospace University, named in honor of the scholar Sergei Korolyov, is well known beyond the province, as are Samara State University, Samara State Medical University, Samara State Economic University, and Samara State Technical University. In all, there are a total of 29 institutions of higher education in the Samara Oblast, educating more than 180,000 students. The Samara State Aerospace University, named after Korolyov, has been designated the status of a national research university. Its students participate in the design of spacecraft and in various projects in the sphere of space exploration. Additional impetus to the development of the region's economy is being given by the creation of a special economic zone of the industrial manufacturing type, the Tolyatti. This special economic zone is located in the northwestern part of the oblast, in close proximity to the production site of Avtovaz. The total area of the Tolyatti Special Economic Zone is 660 hectares. Despite the fact that this project is still in the very beginning of its existence, the Special Economic Zone already has registered 17 resident firms with a total investment of more than 19 billion rubles. Among them are companies known worldwide: Parksair Incorporated, Mubea, a market leader in many segments of the automotive component industry, LLC Hilux Rus, a subsidiary of the Japanese Hilux Corporation, OOO Atsumitech Toyota Tsusuyu Rus, a joint venture with the Toyota Corporation. This clearly shows that a great deal of demand and interest has been generated in the Special Economic Zone, Tolyatti, amongst large Russian and foreign companies. After the completion of its construction, the Special Economic Zone will be fully fitted out with all required engineering, transport, and social infrastructure. Resident firms will be able to take advantage of the modern production and warehouse facilities and office space. This will allow for a significant reduction in expenditures for the investors. Another of the region's global innovation projects in the sphere of high-tech is the Technopark, Zhigulevskaya Valley. Its main purpose is the creation of a favorable environment for innovative development and modernization of the economy of the Samara Oblast, creating new jobs and economic diversification for Tolyatti, integrating science, education, financial institutions, businesses, and enterprises. The Technopark's area of specialization has been determined in accordance with key elements of the modernization of the Russian economy, comprising four main areas: information and communication technologies, transport and space research, energy efficiency and conservation, chemistry, the development of new materials. Resident firms are provided with modern offices, laboratories and production facilities, a hotel, an exhibition center, a conference room, a business incubator, a data center, and an educational and training center. The resident firms are able to use the services of banks, legal, accounting, advertising, and other service companies under preferential terms, practically without leaving the workplace. The appeal for investment in the Samara Oblast is directly related to its convenient geographic location and properly structured logistics. For over 4 centuries, Samara developed as the most important, not strictly industrial, but also transport hubs of Russia, and remains so to this day. This provincial capital is located in the heart of the Volga territory, where the shortest water, rail, and road routes from Central and Western Europe intersect on their way to Siberia, Central Asia, and Kazakhstan. Motorways of national and regional importance run through the territory of the Samara Oblast. The capital of the region is connected by continuous bus service to the major centers of the Russian Federation. From April to December, when the waterways are navigable, river transport is actively functioning. The total length of navigable waterways of the Samara region is 685 kilometers. Long-distance shipments travel along the Volga River, and local shipments along the Samara, Sok, Chapayevka, Krivusha, Usa, and Bezinchuk rivers. The total length of the railway lines located in the Samara Oblast is 1,389 kilometers. By density of railway network coverage, the Samara Oblast holds first place in the Privolzhsky Federal District. In 2018, Samara is awaiting a true football extravaganza. The capital of the province entered the list of cities that will host games for the Football World Cup. This is a great honor for the city and a huge boost to the development of the sports, transportation, and tourist infrastructure in the region. By the Football World Cup 2018, large-scale modernization of the railways of the region is scheduled. Most notably, the travel time between Samara and Moscow is planned to be reduced to 5 hours. Leading up to the Football World Cup 2018, the main air gateway of the Oblast, the Kurumuch International Airport, the largest and busiest airport of the Volga territory, will be reconstructed. The airport is connected by airlines with almost all regions of the Russian Federation and with both neighboring countries and those located far away. After the upgrading, the air terminal should be a world-class hub with a capacity of handling about 4 million passengers per year. It is planned that the future terminal will receive its first passengers at the end of 2014. The rich and diverse cultural resources of the region, combined with its amazingly beautiful nature and excellent conditions for therapeutic and outdoor recreation, allow for Samara Oblast to become one of the most attractive tourist regions in the country. The Oblast has a well-developed infrastructure for tourists. There are 259 hotels in the region, 125 recreation centers, 30 sanatoriums, and 30 health farms. Internationally renowned hotel companies are currently operating in Samara: Ibis, Holiday Inn, and the Renaissance. The available hotel rooms are able to accommodate even the most demanding guests. Even more hotels are already planned to be built and are scheduled to be opened by the Football World Cup 2018. The development of the tourist potential of the province is connected precisely with the upcoming World Cup. The region has already begun to feel the interest of investors who are wishing to build or to expand their hotel businesses on the land of Samara. The Great Volga River, the Zhigolovsky Mountains, rare in their beauty, a tremendous number of historical and cultural attractions. That's what attracts people to the Samara Oblast. Of particular note is the Samara Bend, the true pride of the Oblast. Its territory is unique for the powerful mountain range which the Volga winds around in 4 hairpin turns and is almost entirely composed of ancient limestone. The the Zhigalovsky Reserve, with a total area of 23,157 hectares, is located on the territory of the Samara Bend. In 2007, the Zhigalovsky Reserve received a certificate from UNESCO about the organizing of a comprehensive Middle Volga Biosphere Reserve in Russia, which includes the Zhigalovsky Reserve and the Samara Bend National Park. The capital of the province attracts with its unique buildings, to include Europe's tallest railway station. Its height, together with its spire, is 101 meters. Fascinating tours have been offered by the Samara Museum starting back in 2004. One of the most important exhibits, and at the same time part of the architectural ensemble of the museum, is the Soyuz booster rocket. It was erected on the 18th of September 2001, on the 40th anniversary of the first manned flight into space. In the museum's exhibition hall, items from the aerospace industry are demonstrated. The exhibition provides an idea of the outstanding contribution Samara's enterprises have made to the history of space exploration. Among the unique exhibits are the Yantar 4K-1 and the Resource F-1 landers, models of the Soyuz U, Energy, and Zenit liquid booster rocket engines, examples of petals, profiles, panels, tubes, and other elements of rocket technology. The stands of the exhibitions tell about the personnel of the enterprises of the Samara Aerospace Complex, the outstanding scientists, designers, and testers. Both children and adults will find it fascinating to walk along Samara's Volga River embankment, the longest esplanade in Russia. It is one of the hallmarks of the city and one of the Volga's most beautiful embankments. It is a favorite destination for both residents and visitors to the provincial capital. Located here on the embankment is Samara's river port, where many cruises along the Volga River begin, both multiple day cruises as well as short 2 or 3 hour river excursions. The province has a long and glorious tradition of sports. Every year, a huge amount, more than 500, of regional and Russian national official sporting and physical training events are held in the Samara region. In many of them, future world and European champions and Olympic medalists appear for the first time. More than 20 Olympic Games champions were raised in the province: swimmers, fencers, cyclists, track and field athletes, gymnasts, marksmen, basketball players, and handball players. One of the most famous native sons of the region is gymnast Alexei Nemov, a 4-time Olympic champion. All in all, in the Samara piggy bank of Olympic medals, Nemov put in 12 different medals. 2 Olympic gold medals were earned by a boxer born in Novokuybishevsk, Oleg Saitov, and 1 for judo by Tagir Kaibulaev. Another outstanding sportsman from Samara is Vitaly Groisman, who trained 29 world and European champions in sports aerobatics and trampoline jumping. His students have earned 45 gold medals for Russia. Residents of the province are actively involved in the sporting life of the region, so it's not by chance that Samara is famous for its fans. The basketball team, the Red Wings, is the 2-time winner of the Russian Cup. The volleyball team, Nova, the handball team, Lada, the speedway team, Mega Lada, and the hockey clubs, CSKA, VVS, and Lada, can fill stadiums. And largely thanks to that, today they compete against the best sports clubs in Russia. The stadium, Metallurg, in which the Wings of the Soviets hold their home matches, is the most visited stadium in Eastern Europe. The legendary Wings is, of course, the most well-loved team in Samara. Most recently, the province celebrated a big date: 100 years of Samara's football. Founded in April of 1942, the Wings of the Soviets has been the country's bronze medalist in the national championships on more than 1 occasion, and advanced to the finals for both the USSR and for Russia to defend the country's honor in the international arena. Today, a truly new page in the life of Samara's sports is beginning. Under the leadership of Samara Oblast's governor, Nikolai Merkushkin, In the last year and a half alone, 78 sports facilities have been added into operation in the region. The largest of these is the ice arena in Tagliate, which became home to the hockey club Lada, to a hockey school for children and young people, and to a school of figure skating. In 2013, further design work began on a number of major sports facilities, including a modern complex for pentathlon, a base for equestrian sports, and 2 multi-purpose sports complexes in Samara, each of which will include a game room, a pool, a gym, and fitness area, and also an indoor ice rink with artificial ice and a football field with artificial turf. Today, Samara sports fans are anticipating a gala event, the FIFA World Cup 2018. By the start of FIFA World Cup, a grand football stadium will have appeared in the city that meets all world standards. Its grandstand will be able to accommodate 45,000 spectators. The concept of the facade of the football arena is popularly being called the space object because the project is so unique and has no equivalent in the world. On the territory adjacent to the stadium, a press center will be built, a logistics zone, a broadcast center, and a guest service village. The World Cup 2018 has already become a powerful stimulus for the development of the Samara Oblast. The Oblast is once again proving that it is one of the fastest developing regions of the country. Having a glorious past and a stable present, day after day, the Samara Oblast is building its innovative future. Here, in our welcoming land, people believe in those who are around them, their friends, colleagues, and reliable business partners. Guests are welcomed with open arms. Our region is developing with rapid strides. New tourist itineraries are opening up, mutually beneficial contracts are being signed, and new enterprises are being built. The Samara Oblast values its land, its people, and its traditions. That's precisely the reason that there have been so many glorious events here, and still many more achievements and discoveries waiting ahead in the future. Let's make them happen together. Welcome to Samara. You are always welcome.